Good morning, and welcome to the Motivational Devotional, where we are merging motivation and spirituality to create a daily dose of confident positivity. I hope that this morning's podcast will help you to be more spiritually and positively motivated so that you can transform your day.
Hey, good morning. Quick question. When you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up? There are the standard answers like a fireman or a doctor or an astronaut or a professional athlete, but what about you? I am certain the answers vary depending on our ages. For example, anyone over a certain age would never have said they wanted to be an influencer or a YouTuber when they were growing up because that didn't exist. But regardless of what you wanted to be when you grew up, that was a dream because at the time you weren't big enough to do it, right? And so you grew, and maybe when playing with your friends you might have pretended you were whatever you wanted to be, but to be what you dreamed of becoming, you had to learn, and you had to physically be big enough. And so all of us grew physically, we worked on learning in school, and we probably changed what we wanted to be as we went along the journey. No matter what it was, though, it's a fact that at the time, you weren't big enough yet to easily be that. So how did it turn out? Did you become what it was you dreamed of becoming? I think that's awesome when life works out that way. Maybe because of supportive parents, or maybe inherent wisdom to know how to get there on your own. If you lived into the dream you had for your life when you were a child, you deserve huge kudos. Not very many of us can say that. But if it didn't work out like that, then like most of us, you adjusted your vision of what you would become, and you lived into that. But you still had to become the person who could be that. A lot of people find that job, get that degree, earn that internship, and then settle into a job or career that seems to lock in that career choice, and then all those dreams of the future sort of drift off to the side and pile up next to the rut. Complacency, comfort, or just a sense that that's as good as it's going to get shape a person into someone who just stays in their own lane and lives a life of minimal effort. Fortunately, we are hearing more of adults who dare to develop a new vision of what they want to do when they grow up, even if they're already in their mid-40s or 60s. Balance that with all the other people you may have known who say that it would be nice if they could just do this or that. I've been listening to tracks by Fearless Motivation since about last March, and one of my favorite things they say is that you have to set a goal so big you can't possibly achieve it until you grow into the person who can. That is an exceptionally powerful message. If you are setting goals that are easy to achieve and you are nailing them one after another, then you aren't setting them big enough. Just like a kid who is 8 or 9 years old and wants to be a professional athlete, obviously that child is not big enough to achieve that goal. A very small percentage of kids have all the right pieces come together so that they can grow into the person who becomes a professional athlete. But regardless of what you are doing with your life now, surely there is something else you want to add to it, or to do that's entirely different. Maybe your life is great, and you want to start a volunteer or nonprofit organization to add other layers to your life. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is how important it is to you. And if it is important, really important to you, then make it a big goal that is so impossibly big that you can't possibly achieve it right now, and you have to grow into the person who can knock it down. Once you do that, once you become the person for whom achieving that goal is a no-brainer, set another goal that is again so impossibly huge that at that point you still can't possibly achieve it and start growing up all over again. This is the stuff life is made of. This is the stuff that average people don't do. But when you know that you grew into that person once, you know you can do it again, and again, and again. You will begin to look forward to the next level in your life because you know that all of creation is conspiring in your favor, and you will trust that the universe always has your back. The late Peter Marshall once said, "When we long for life without difficulties, remind us that oaks grow strong in contrary winds, and diamonds are made under pressure.
Thank you for taking the time to listen today. Please help keep this podcast going by following the Motivational Devotional Facebook page, following @Threefold-Way Radio on Twitter, and sharing the written format of today's message from motivational-devotional.com on your social media. I am deeply grateful for your support, and thank you for letting Motivational Devotional be part of your journey. Peace out. See you tomorrow.
Motivational Devotional is a production of Threefold Way Radio, LLC.